Welcome into this 24/7 Sports Live Commitment Special. I am Colin Kennedy. It is Saturday, August 6th at high noon Central Time, and we've got a big one coming up here on the 24/7 Sports YouTube channel as Braylan Shelby, top 247 edge rusher, is ready to make his collegiate commitment official. We will soon go to Friendswood High School in Friendswood, Texas, live for that commitment. But before we do, let's get you at home to like, share, subscribe here on the YouTube channel. You can see a whole lot more of these special moments like Shelby's right here on the 24/7 Sports YouTube page. Let's also take a look at the two finalists. It's Texas and USC for Braylan Shelby. The Longhorns are in the top 5 of the 2023 recruiting cycle, while USC sits at number 13. Either school landing his commitment would see it as a massive addition, to state the obvious. Now, let's get ready to go live to Friendswood High School in Friendswood, Texas, as we will soon see Braylan Shelby. Braylan, here we go, man. The time is now. I know you're excited. So first, let's start with this. Who is there with you, and how are you feeling as we get ready to make your collegiate commitment official?
Who I have with me at my table is my dad, my mom, and my sister. And I feel very excited. Just getting ready to show y'all what school I'm committed to.
Yep, it's coming up real soon, man. Excited for you, and congratulations to you on behalf of all of us at 24/7 Sports. But before we get to that, how helpful have your family and friends been throughout the recruiting process, and how has this process treated you?
They've been my best supporters. They've been with me through the whole ride. From me coming in at 150 as a freshman to around like 240 pounds. My dad, he's always he's been my coach since the start, since Little League. He's been my coach the whole way through. He's my weight room trainer. I go to him for everything. My mom, she's the one I come back to. So I can have some deep talks with. She's definitely been a big part into this, into my recruitment. Then you got my sister, my little mini me. She's been here with me too, but we go back and forth every now and then. But it's all good. So I'm definitely excited to let y'all know.
Congrats to them and congrats to you. Excited to see where all of that effort combined within your family and friends is taking you for your collegiate career. Let's talk about the two finalists before we reveal which one wins the recruiting battle. USC and Texas. How did these two schools reach this point in your recruitment?
They've always been there with me. They've always been a place in my heart. These two schools definitely been the ones that have been on me the most. They definitely both feel like home when I step on campus. They show me, there's so many good things about both of the programs that I wish I really could go to both, but at the end of the day, it comes down to one. So I really love both the coaching staff, both the facilities, both the fans, and everybody that really makes the program a program. So I'm really, just looking forward to it.
It's a tough decision, and I don't want to delay it any further. Braylan Shelby, the time is now. The floor is yours. Where will you be playing your college ball?
So before I make my decision, I'd like to thank a couple people, a decent amount of people actually. Like I said, my dad, my mom, my sister, my brother who is not here. He's actually in LA right now on the Chargers football team. He's been a big support. He's definitely been the one who laid the foundation for me. Gave me a pathway to see. Definitely someone I look up to. But that's not also it. I'd like to thank the Village, the Chapmans, the Stokes, the Dodgewells, the Spillers, the Lockharts. They've been with me here from the start. Playing football, Little League football with them all the way to now has been one of the most amazing experiences I've ever had. I'd like to thank Coach Koopman, Coach Ivory, Coach Bolden, Coach Griff, Coach Dusty, Coach Reggie, and the whole Friendswood football staff. They definitely developed me, made me to who I am today. Gave me the skill set that I needed to be here. I like to thank a couple of my friends, Ben, C-Spill, Kyle, Aiden, Jason, and Blake. I've had so many great experiences with them. That's why I definitely want to shout them out because they've been huge. I played games with them, to playing on the football field with them. Sharing just those social experiences is really amazing to me. So without further ado, I guess I'll let y'all know what y'all came here for. So for the next 3 to 4 years, taking my talents to the University of. I don't know. What y'all think? What y'all think? To the University of Southern California.
It's USC for Braylan Shelby. Braylan Shelby now the 15th commitment within the USC Trojans 2023 class, a massive defensive pledge for Lincoln Riley and that staff out there in Los Angeles. Braylan, congrats, man. I know this is a massive relief. We at all of us at 24/7 Sports are very happy for you. So I want to know, what kind of relief is this, and what was it about USC that made them the school for you?
It's definitely a huge weight off my shoulders. Constant calls and text messages between coaches. It's definitely a blessing, but sometimes it's a little hectic. But USC, once I stepped foot on campus, I knew it was really like the place for me. Fit the type of personality I have, the vibe I give off, just all around the coaching staff, the way that they embraced me and my family when we made step foot on there. It was amazing. So I definitely feel like it's home. Definitely feel like it's a place where I can grow. I'll become a better man, also reach my goals and dreams and hopefully touch the NFL one day. But with all that comes hard work, and I know I'll definitely be here for it.
You are obviously leaving the state of Texas to go out west, and you're going to be playing for the Trojans and a new coaching staff. I want to know, Braylan, how do you feel you fit at USC on the field and off the field as you make that transition?
Definitely coming from Houston, Texas to California is a pretty big jump. So I know I definitely had to be, more notable like things that I do and stuff like that. But I definitely feel like I'll be able to fit on the field. I love the way that they'll use my athleticism and the positions I'll be playing. And off the field, I definitely get along with a ton of the recruits there already. So it definitely should be pretty good when I get there.
All right, Braylan, my last question for you, man. Congrats again. What's your message now to USC fans? And are you going after anybody next to join you in the class?
What's up, USC fans? It's been a long journey, and I'm finally coming home. But I definitely bring some other people with me. We gonna see. We're gonna see though.
Hey, Braylan Shelby is the 4th commitment to the Trojans within the state of Texas. Let's see who else he can get with him as now an official member of that USC 2023 group. Braylan, congrats again. Behalf of all of us at 24/7 Sports, go enjoy the day, and we will see you again very soon in a USC uniform.
Yes, sir. Bottom up.
Fight on it is for Braylan Shelby. Massive congrats to him and his family. Huge moment as always. But we're going to break down this decision a little bit further with USCFootball.com's Chris Trevino, who joins us now. This recruiting writer is going to give us the full lowdown on what this means for the Trojans. And Chris, I just want to start with the simple question. What does this commitment of Braylan Shelby mean for USC?
Colin, it's a big one for the Trojans. I mean, this was a guy that was super high on their board, and it's a guy who has been rising on colleges' boards all across the country, and a guy who made a huge jump in our 24/7 Sports recruiting rankings. He is now a consensus 4-star recruit, and this is one of the biggest guys that USC could have gotten here in the summer period, kind of closing out a run of summer official visits and a summer of really hard recruiting for Lincoln Riley and the staff. He is a, big kid, 6'4", pushing 6'5". They're going to be able to do a lot of things with him. He's a guy who can rush off the edge, but he's not just a pure edge rusher. He's a guy who has that athleticism to play off the line of scrimmage in a more traditional linebacker role. So Alex Grinch is going to have a lot of fun with this guy. And I know a lot of USC fans are ecstatic about this pickup because this was a big need for this 2023 class. That's front players. This is linebackers. And they already got a big one in Tackett Curtis. And this is another guy in Shelby that they can kind of build around for that defensive front. This is the kind of guys you need, going to that Big Ten conference in a couple seasons. He's got super great length, can overwhelm blockers at the point of attack. He's a playmaker. He's got a pick 6 last season, 19 QB hurries, 12 tackles for a loss, 8 sacks last season. So this is a guy who's going to make plays for this defense, and that's something that USC has been sorely missing consistently over the last couple of seasons.
USC seemingly addressing a lot of needs and gaining a whole lot of momentum on the recruiting trail right now. Chris, I don't think this is slowing down anytime soon, right?
Yeah, they kind of had a little bit of a lull there early January, or sorry, excuse me, July, that big July 4th day where they had a bunch of guys on the board possibly to commit, but they didn't get any of them. And then they lost out on Lucas Simmons a couple days later, one of their top offensive tackle prospects. So it was a little bit of downer, but USC has steadily picked up momentum. That's 4 commitments in the last 20 days with Braylan now in the fold. And, they're getting them from all over the country. They got Tackett Curtis, Louisiana, Micah Benuelos out of Washington, the interior offensive lineman, Malachi Crawford just a couple days ago, the cornerback out of California, and now Shelby. So they're picking guys all over the place. And 4 commitments, 20 days. They move up to number 12 in the top 247 team rankings. And this is a team that has a shot to be in the top 10 going into Lincoln Riley's first season and kind of closing out August and summer really, really strong.
Let's talk about some future additions as this momentum picks up. This now makes 4 commitments for the Trojans within the state of Texas in the 2023 class. I want to know, how helpful has it been, if at all, behind the scenes, that Lincoln Riley and this staff has carried over its relationships within the Lone Star State out to the West Coast, and could this continue?
Absolutely. I mean, obviously, Lincoln Riley and that staff, they recruited Texas heavily when they were there at Oklahoma. That's one of the recruiting bases that they leaned on. And recruiting in Texas is all about relationships. So you're never going to end those relationships, at the high school level in the Texas ranks. So USC has always tried to get some traction and in the Lone Star State, and that was something the previous staff did. But now you're just seeing it taken to another level with Lincoln Riley and the level that he's recruited at when he was at Oklahoma. And now, USC would love to recruit nationally, and I think Texas is a really good base that can set up operations. It's going to be tough to recruit there, obviously, with programs like Baylor, Texas, and Texas A&M, but USC is proving that they can hang with those schools and recruiting out of that state.
All right, so let's talk about the big picture now. What's next for the Trojans? They have Braylan Shelby. They're climbing up in the rankings. They have all this momentum. What could come next in terms of good news for Trojan fans?
Yeah, they're feeling really good. USC fans are feeling good. I think that the big one that they want to get on the board is another offensive lineman. Alani Noah, the 6'4", 320-pound 3-star offensive lineman out of Sacramento. That's a guy that USC has been on really heavy. It seems to be down to him or the Trojans and Oregon. That was a guy maybe that could committed July after his official visit, but it's kind of taking time with the process. And this is a guy that, Micah Benuelos said he's going after for this class, and they have some momentum with that offensive line class. So that could be a guy that can come up the board soon. But if we're talking like bigger fish, I think Mateo Ugaungale, DJ's brother, 5-star edge rusher out of St. John Bosco, that is probably their number one guy on their board right now in terms of prospects that they want in this class. Obviously, he's a California kid. Got to keep those kids at home. He's got a strong list of competition, USC is facing, but they feel really good about how they've recruited him through the summer and the spring. And this is a guy, obviously, is a 5-star talent who could take his time with the process. But, just being around that St. John Bosco program for multiple years, I know that coaching staff and Coach Jason Negro, head coach, they like to get their players committed, their seniors, before their final season. They like to get those commitments out of the way in the summer. So I would not be shocked if that's a guy who decided to, go ahead and pop on a commitment, focus on his senior year, and get it out the way as August closes, and then they go into that fall season. So Mateo and Alani Noah would be the 2 big trench guys. Those are 2 positions of need for 2023. So I think those are the guys you need to look out for USC and USC fans.
We've had both Micah Benuelos and Braylan Shelby, who are supposedly trench guys, right here on the 24/7 Sports YouTube channel, who have each said more on the way soon for the Trojans. We'll see what they can do to capitalize on this momentum as they try and add to that class. For all coverage of all this that's coming up soon, Chris, where do fans at home need to keep up with you and the guys over at USCfootball.com?
Yeah, you can follow me at Chris N. Trevino, the Peristyle at USCfootball.com, the largest USC football site out there. So come in and join us. And, this is going to be a fun season with Lincoln Riley in year 1. So come on and join the ride.
Subscribe to their podcast. Check out their YouTube channel. They do great work out there on the West Coast covering an up-and-coming program that's obviously one of the most biggest brand names in the sport. Chris, thank you so much for joining us. You at home, like, share, subscribe here on the brand new 24/7 Sports YouTube channel. A whole lot more live commitments coming right here on the page, coming very soon. We want you to be a part of these special moments like Braylan Shelby's. For everyone at 24/7 Sports, the family of Braylan Shelby, Chris Trevino, my guest, and my producer, Aaron Grisham, I'm Colin Kennedy saying we'll see you next time here on the 24/7 Sports YouTube page.